Hello, YouTube. It's Black Tiger Miner here. Welcome you guys back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. Happy Friday. We made it. It's going to be a long weekend for Labor Day, so I wanted to get this video out. First, we're going to go over a price prediction, and then we're looking at a video from Kaspa Silver about the ruling with Grayscale. And then we'll look at the numbers. Remember, Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Let's go.
People have been asking for Kaspa price predictions. Let's first begin with trading Kaspa. Do you still want to trade it right now? I mean, it's over a billion FTB. Has great tokenomics, right? Almost all the tokens out there. It's basically, I believe, one of those proof of work coins that you basically mine or earn. They've partnered with Bitmain, which was a huge endorsement early on. It's currently in neutral. Hey, let's kind of take a step back, right? So to see how the money could have been made with Kaspa using token metrics. Over here was 0.003, and back in basically summer 2022, kind of went flat, then turned bullish at 0.004, then what, 0.0061 bearish, not much there. This was the huge gain. So from under a penny, 0.007, the TM trading rate turned almost 94%. That was basically January of this year, early this year, and then it just shot up. We call that a rocket ship. Then it basically called the top at May 2nd, 2023. Kaspa was at 0.027. TM trading rate was at under 46%. That's like, what, 285%? Then here, you turn bearish, turn bullish again, 0.002, and the price now is at 0.36. So honestly, this is why sometimes I say, don't trade it, okay? Right, so trading it, I mean, it's pretty good, right? If you're trading this since the way back when, or what, right? You would have made basically 52x if you got in like super early, but holding this is where the money is. So that's why I prefer being a long-term value investor. Sometimes you just get in early and just hodl. Sometimes you don't want to trade 100x or 1000x. Where is this going from where it is now? So currently it's 50 in market cap. If we go to investor and scenario analysis, market cap is 750 million basically, 750 million. Market dominance is 0.07%. So let's say we go from 1 trillion to 5 trillion market cap. It's going to 17 cents per Kaspa. If all of crypto goes to 5 trillion, discount is 17 cents. If it just stays the same and maintains this market dominance, if it stays in the 50 market cap place and all crypto does that, that's what would, in theory, happen, which is basically like a $5. But let's say we're more ambitious than 50 in market cap. Let's say it's going to go to 0.70. That means it's going to $1.73. So $1.73, I mean, that's pretty good. It's already made money, but the question is, can it keep on ripping higher? So, and if it does that, that would basically be almost a 50x return. To go from 0.07% to 0.7% market dominance with crypto going to 5 trillion, we're looking at Kaspa over $1.70. That's basically what that would be. Now, 7% is not really going to happen. Fourth ranked crypto, BNB, is only 3% of the market. It's not going to 7%. That's basically saying Kaspa is the next Bitcoin, or the next Ethereum. I am a perma bull for crypto in general, but well, we like Kaspa. We have it in our portfolio for the fund. I mean, that's not happening. I'm sorry. If it is, I mean, might as well. That's like you're retired for life and for future generations. But yeah, I would say the realistic price prediction for Kaspa would be anywhere from 17 cents to 173. I would say 17 cents is a bear case. Let's say 34 cents is the base case. Moon case is 173, like 50x. I think there's still potentially a 50x in Kaspa as the moon case. Right? Moon case is probably 10% probability of happening or lower. But yeah, it's possible. But let me know what you guys think. What's your price prediction for Kaspa? What price do you think Kaspa is going to?
What is your price prediction for Kaspa? $1.73 would be awesome. That's shooting the moon, but that's definitely going to 50x my return. 34 cents more realistic. I'll take that as well. But let me know. Hopefully, we'll get around 50 cents in the bull run. But let me know what you guys think. Remember, Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Let's go. It's Friday, baby. And here's this video from Kaspa Silver.
Breaking news of Grayscale winning the SEC lawsuit for a Bitcoin ETF review. So here are the major points of what's going on here. So the appeals court said the SEC's decision to reject the Grayscale Bitcoin ETF application was arbitrary and capricious in its ruling. Further down below here says previously Judge Rao said that the SEC did not offer any explanation as to why Grayscale was in the wrong. And if you have not been keeping up with this news, previously the SEC has approved future ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, and now I think an Ethereum futures ETF many times before. And it makes no sense that they will not approve a spot Bitcoin ETF or eventually probably a spot Ethereum ETF. How are you going to approve futures ETFs but not the spot ETFs, which in my opinion is a lot more safe than futures? Um, but either way, if we keep going down here, it says Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the largest Bitcoin fund traded over the counter with over 15 billion in assets under management. And this was pretty much known to probably be the case that they're going to win because we did know that BlackRock, Fidelity, and a ton of institutions are filing for ETFs for Bitcoin. And if BlackRock is going to file for an ETF for something, they have only lost like one time when it comes to their filings with the SEC. So I feel like they wouldn't have done this unless they knew that this would eventually get approved. And then especially all the institutions after following it with it, I think it's over 10 institutions that are all trying to get a Bitcoin ETF, which would mean that these institutions have to buy Bitcoin on the spot market and hold it themselves. Now, I would never recommend holding these ETFs over holding the actual asset itself, Bitcoin, because this is basically just a way for institutions to hold all of the Bitcoin and just have the retail people holding their funds, which is not the whole purpose of Bitcoin. It wasn't so that all institutions can hold the whole supply and we retail get in through these funds, because then it's basically going right back into the same system. So always, I'm going to be preaching self-custody, owning your crypto physically in your own personal wallets. But earlier this year, shares of GBTC traded at a discount of nearly 50% to the net asset value due to the firm's then ongoing litigation with the SEC and credit concerns regarding its parent digital currency group DCG. And that was another thing with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. You see, these institutions, they have to hold their crypto with certain companies, and there's a chance that these companies could collapse or they're not using the funds correctly. And this was what was happening with GBTC, that they were holding Bitcoin with other companies regarding its parent company right here, Digital Currency Group, and there was a chance that they can go bankrupt and all this kind of stuff. There was just a lot of drama in that. So even it caused the GBTC trust to fall below Bitcoin's price level. And you could see that year to date, ever since they won the lawsuit, GBTC is up 142%. So if you were holding the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, you were actually up a whole lot more than holding Bitcoin itself, which is only up 63% currently as I am recording here. So that is very interesting to see. And it's just something to note that these ETFs will not track Bitcoin itself in terms of percentage gains and stuff like that. It could be very, very different. And especially because of that situation that was happening, that people thought that this was going to collapse, it was trading at a premium. It was trading way below what Bitcoin was really valued at. So it is very interesting to see now that anyone who stuck through it is actually up way more than holding Bitcoin itself. But again, I would always encourage people to hold the actual asset, because at the end of the day, I believe Bitcoin will still eventually outperform these ETFs that are going to be created. I do want to clarify that this ruling does not mean that the ETF is going to be approved. This only means that Grayscale will have to join the line of all the institutions waiting to get an approval by the SEC for a Bitcoin spot ETF. But we don't know exactly when this will happen yet. But how does Kaspa come into this? Well, simply put, any regulation clarity for Bitcoin is more clarity for Kaspa. That's just simply being because Kaspa is built like Bitcoin and is actually able to be in the same conversation with Bitcoin. And I'm talking about the fact that Kaspa is fair launched, it's following the same principles, it's actually trying to be stateless money. It's not just trying to be another cryptocurrency that has a company behind it, that they hold all of the tokens and all this kind of stuff, something similar to like Ethereum or XRP. You see, Ethereum and XRP, these aren't really trying to be stateless money. They have organizations that are heavily baked into them, and they're controlling these currencies pretty much. But Kaspa is actually trying to be stateless money. And in the past, we've already seen that the SEC Gensler, which a lot of people don't like, I really don't care. I don't have an opinion whether I like or dislike. I just try to stick with what the regulation is right now and try to follow the law the best I can so that I can ensure my money is being put into places that I believe is the safest, other than just blindly putting it everywhere and thinking that any cryptocurrency you put money in is going to go up. With these regulations, it just prevents a lot of cryptocurrencies ever being on my radar, just simply because you have a government that can easily uh, attack your cryptocurrency because there's a company behind it, all that kind of stuff. And I'm in crypto for the currency part, for stateless money, for actual currencies that don't have a central entity that is really behind them and calling every single thing that goes on with the currency. But we have seen that he has called for Bitcoin being the only commodity in the space. But we have also seen in other clips or whatnot, people saying that clearly Litecoin would be considered a commodity, and other proof of work chains. They even said Ethereum could be considered a commodity. Now, this was before it had transitioned to proof of stake, which now makes it a lot more centralized. So that's the issue with Ethereum. But either way, more regulation for Bitcoin gives better clarity for proof of work coins that are following the same principles and philosophies that crypto came into the space, and that is not having a central entity controlling these currencies. You see, Bitcoin is trying to be the digital gold in the space, and it failed to be a medium of exchange or a peer-to-peer cash system. But Kaspa is being built to simply be a peer-to-peer cash system or a digital silver in the space that is meant for payments and meant for a medium of exchange, but can also be considered a store of value as well.
A win for Bitcoin is a win for Kaspa. Since they're similarly paired, a ruling for them definitely helps us. So if we look at the 4-hour chart, let's start looking at the numbers. Looks like we still have volume up and down. We had another MACD cross, and I suspect there might be one here. So for the Labor Day weekend coming up, I don't expect a big breakout. It might run a little bit, but I don't see a lot of people doing much investing over the holiday weekend. Excuse me. So if we look at the day chart, we're still consolidating, still a lot of up and down here, and a lot of downward movement. And it's also showing that the volume is down for the day charts. So for the 4-hour chart, still some movement. Looks like we're above the 0.038. Hopefully we can break back up to that 0.035 and start to build there, or at least stay above the 0.0325. So as long as we stay in the 0.03, I think things are looking pretty good. And we'll look at the Kaspa FYI. Hash rate is 16.53 petahash, 70.48% has been mined. Next reductions down 5 days to 175. TPS is 2.0, BPS is 1.6. Latest price is 0.03356. Trading volumes down to 8 million. Market caps down to 686 million. And market cap rankings 207. So in the crypto bubble for today, Caspa's up 0.8%. Caspa's one of two greens today. In the hour, it's up 0.2%. For the week, it's down 9.2%. For the month, it's down 17.9%. And for the year, we're still up 1,129. So here, Kaspa's up 0.6%, ranked at 52, so it's still down, but look like it's bouncing back. Bitcoin's up 3.68. Trading volume or market cap is 658 million, so we're still down. Circulating supply is 20.4 billion. Total supply is 20.4 billion. Max supply is 27.8 billion. Trading volume is 8.3 million, so it's definitely down. And fully diluted valuation is 962 million. So we're a little short of that 1 billion mark. So here is crypto news. Kaspa is inevitable. Kaspa Digital Silver DAG Night. And you can see here it just keeps pulling, right? It's not going away. Kaspa's here to stay. Bitmart will list Kaspa on our digital assets platform on September 1st, which is today at 7 a.m. UTC time. So we'll stick around for that. This is Kaspa Insider. Kaspa to step into the future. 1 block for Bitcoin takes 10 minutes. 1 block for Kaspa takes 1 second. 10 blocks for Kaspa takes 1 second. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. And with the Rust upgrades, there's still some improvement coming down. Kaspa has entered the accumulation phase. Sideways actions possible and getting a bit lower, which is great to add more digital silver. So like I keep saying, it's coming down for us to pick it up. So get it while it's down before it bounces back up. And this is Jim Skybum. Jim Ski Bum. 10 blocks per second on the test net. Beta mainnet 2 weeks away. We'll have jaws of disbelief on the floor. Someone said it wasn't possible. So yeah, Kaspa has succeeded. What is that? MasterCard and Visa in transactions. And this is the Bitmart support listing. Dear Bitmart users, Bitmart will list Kaspa, our digital asset platform, on September 1st. Following trading pairs will be available: KAS, USDT. Please note available dates for different functions below. Trading available today at 7 a.m. Withdrawals at 12 p.m. UTC time. So I think that's about it. We'll look at live coin watch. 696 million cap. Volume 8 million. Volume to cap 1.6. All-time high 0.051. 24-hour low 0.032. 24-hour high 0.034. Cap is 696 million. And the last hour up 0.3%. Last 24 hours 1.3%. Last 7 days we're down 7.37. And 30 days down 19.14. 90 days we're up 118%. But I'm going to keep you guys. Just wanted to get another video out with updates. And this is Black Tiger Miner. Remember, Kaspa, Kaspa, Kaspa. Let's go, baby. Have a good weekend. Have a good Labor Day. Take some time off and relax. And let's watch some football. And let's get back to the money, guys.